PlayStation 5. Now, we were all awaiting this.
Heaven is for real.
We were all waiting this moment. As soon as Xbox dropped their price and the date of their systems being released, we was like, all right, Sony, it's just a matter of time. And Sony said, no problem. We're going to give you guys a week just to sit and let Microsoft think about what they did. Think about the mistake they just made. Now, before we get into the show, I read an article that developers are angry at Microsoft because of the Xbox Series S, which is the smaller version. They're saying they're going to have to downscale their games for that to play. So they have a next-gen system with old-gen material. And then, like...
Mistake number one.
Right. So I was like, dang, y'all really dug yourselves a hole on that one. Y'all are insane.
They did every year.
Yeah, hey. I can't get... Hey. But Sony said, don't worry, guys. We got you covered. We know you're going to buy us, but let's give you a reason why you guys are going to buy us. So their conference started off, and not only did they start off with 3, like, jabs to the face. Like, violent jabs. I'm talking... Think of Homelander just gripping you in the air and just punching you rapidly. That's what they did with the first 3 trailers. Final Fantasy 16 has been announced. My God. I didn't see this coming. I was like, I heard rumors about Final Fantasy 16 being announced soon. And then once I saw the face of the character, I was like, oh, that gotta be 16. Then I saw the chocobos run. I was like, it is 16. The best thing about this was the combat. Apparently, the people who worked on Devil May Cry and Dragon's Dogma are working on the combat of this game, which I'm like, okay, this is going to be fluent as ever, which I am super excited about because Final Fantasy 15 disappointed me on the combat end. You want to know how to play Final Fantasy 15?
Who, me?
Yeah, you want to know I'm going to explain to you how you play it.
Sure, okay.
You hold X.
Oh, boy.
You just hold it. You don't even got to press it rapidly. You just hold it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that takes... Why would y'all do that? Why would you make a game where you just have to hold one button? I'm not even playing the game. If you could literally stock yourselves up with potion because you're not gonna die in the game. That was a disappointing experience for me. I never finished the game. Don't ask me to finish it. Final Fantasy 16.
Are you gonna finish it there?
No, I'm not gonna finish it at all. Well,
okay.
with Final Fantasies, each sequel is like an anthology.
Okay.
Unless it's a direct sequel like Final Fantasy 13-2 or Final Fantasy 10-2, they're not going to be a part of the same universe. So it's like an anthology series. They have the same summons, sometimes it's the same magic. A lot of them deals with a lot of crystals. I think that started in Final Fantasy 9, maybe. It's a little 9 or 12. One of them started off with crystals, and then they start implementing that in the rest of the games. But they pretty much have the same ideas, but they're all take place in different worlds.
Oh, okay. See, I actually don't know about Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So, like Final Fantasy 7, you don't have to play Final Fantasy 1 through 6 to understand the story of 7. You can literally just get on 7, and it will be its own series. It will be its own story.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you ever want to get into that, you really think we've been following 16 stories? That is insane. But I wouldn't be able to do it. Yet I do it for Kingdom Hearts, but that's another story. Now, I'm super excited for Final Fantasy 16, and it is a PlayStation exclusive, console exclusive. It's going to be on the PC as well, but it's a console exclusive for the PS5, which I was shocked to hear. I don't know what Sony is paying, but they are hashing out money because Final Fantasy 7 Remake was also exclusive to the PS4.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, they got some they got some cash in their pockets. I'm not sure if you saw the trailer. How did you feel about it? I know you're not big on it, but
I'm not really, like I said, not really big on Final Fantasy. I never really got into any of those games before. Mm-hmm. But knowing that they kicked open the door with this news for PS5, it's on the level of Nintendo talking about the 3D All Stars from Mario,
Right, right.
because there has been a beloved thing so much on PlayStation that, like I said, I may not be into it, but the community is all there.
Right, right. Now, I would be interested if this is the first game you got. Like, that would be crazy, especially with the combat. I think it's going to be a lot more fluent from what it looks like, especially with the teams that are working on the combat. This is going to be a lot more fluent and like it's going to be more of an action game.
I could be down with that.
Yeah. So, and it looks like it's doing like a not God of War, Game of Thrones type of feel to it, medieval feel to it. So,
Gotcha.
I'm excited for that. The next one, Spider-Man Miles Morales. You already know how I feel about Miles Morales. Man, oh my god. Well, for one, the graphics, my god. I just oh my. Now, I did see a video on Twitter. This Puerto Rican gentleman, he was streaming and he started getting emotional because he never seen his culture, displayed in something like this. He's saying representation matters, which is definitely it does. It does. And just seeing the colors and just all the colors being vibrant in the festival that they were walking through, I was like, this it feels like Harlem. It feels like Harlem, and I'm glad they caught that. I'm glad they added that into it. So kudos to Insomniac Games. Also, someone took a picture of Miles Morales, zoomed up in his hair, and all
Tim's?
you
Oh,
see is curls. What was that?
I said I just talk about the Tims.
Oh yeah, he had the Tims. He had the butters on too.
Yeah, the
I was like,
butters
oh
on,
yeah, they
man.
already know. They already know. And I think his friend I'm pretty sure that's Genki. Um,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't name drop him. I wasn't sure if they're gonna be like, that's Ned, and I'm like, oh come on now. But
No, don't do that. Don't do
yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure that's Genki. So I'm glad they added him to the game. So after they showed that, they showed the gameplay, and when I tell you, Miles looks so good, I don't want to play as Peter Parker anymore. They got to make Peter Parker so enticing for me to play him again because I'm
I'm
like,
about to say
God,
Miles offers so much, from electric shock to invisibility.
dude.
I'm like, man, this makes stealth a lot more easier.
Yeah, it does. And I'm just looking at this like it's so good. And it doesn't it oh my god, I can't my words single up. The colors, I'm so glad this is on like a great quality system and how it's running because the colors are so vibrant and you can easily pick out what's what. Especially with all the
Mm-hmm.
electricity, you have the Tinkerman. I'm sorry, not the Tinkerman, Tinkerer with all the purple they got. Oh my god, everything looks beautiful. And so the fight style of Miles Morales is insane. That was one of the things I was worried about. I thought they were going to make him too much like Peter Parker, but looking at his moves and the way he fights, he has his very own style to it, and I love that. Like his own style of swinging, his own style of diving, his own style of jumping, his own style of dodging. It's all Miles Morales, and I'm very
Yep.
happy about that. Now they are going to include two versions of this game. It's going to be the $50 version, which is the regular version, but you could also get the deluxe for $70, and that comes with the remaster of Marvel Spider-Man for PS5.
And that's the price you go with.
Man, that's the one I'm going with because I would love to play Spider-Man again on. They're probably going to
PS5.
redefine the graphics. Now I heard a rumor that they're going to add 3 more suits to the regular Spider-Man game. I'm not sure, but we'll find out on November 12th. Now, don't worry if you can't get a PS5 because pre-orders went crazy. It will also be available for PS4 as well.
No, no, don't. I need, first of all, I was gonna wait till you got to the price thing, but I'm one of them people that got like a pre-order story. So I'm just saying,
Oh, okay,
like, I
gotcha.
ain't.
Yeah, I was going to tell my pre-order story at the end, so we're gonna we're gonna get that. We're gonna get to that. But yes, I cannot wait to play this game. I'm so happy about it. And then another swing at the jaw, Hogwarts Legacy.
Man, you know what? I haven't been excited for a Harry Potter game before, unless it was like one of them Lego joints. And the last Harry Potter, the last Harry Potter game I played was on PS1, where it was like it was a platformer, a regular Harry Potter kind of game. It wasn't that bad, but I was like, this looks like something different here.
Now, I only played one Harry Potter game in my life, and that was the Quidditch game that was on PS2.
And you started wrong, bro.
This was the one that everybody was talking about in my elementary school, so I hopped on it. So I was just like, okay, sure. And I was like, yeah, this is cool, but it's not for me. But I feel like this is going to be what gets me interested in the series. Maybe we'll see, because I never been interested in Harry Potter. Just like you and I was more the Lord of the Rings guy. I like Lord of the Rings a lot more than Harry. Well, I was interested in Lord of the Rings more than Harry Potter. So I'm hoping this is the one that gets me into the series. I'm really interested in this. I'm sure it's create your own character, but you create your own character, pick your own house, and it's a open world RPG set in the 1800s. So I'm just like, okay, y'all gotta blow it away with this. Y'all got to. Because this game cannot fail, in my opinion. It has no room to fail.
It looks good. I'm just saying, if it does, that's all on them.
Yeah, so you get to team up with iconic characters, customize spells, tame Fantastic Beasts, all that jazz. So it's scheduled to release sometime in 2021. I'm keeping my eyes out on that. And then after the hard works, now. I remember you saying during WrestleMania where you got all these good wrestling matches and there's no space to breathe.
Yeah.
This is kind of how I felt with this system. I was like, okay, now I understand what he means by that. Yeah. Because I never got that. I was like, why? I want something that's worth my money if I'm paying for it. But now I'm like, whew, okay. Ooh. But
God, I just want to take a breath.
Right. But even still, I was blown away with the next one, which is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This game looks amazing.
I'm telling you, I still plan on getting it.
See, I was already interested in it because I wait a while before I get a new Call of Duty game. I think.
Well, honestly, I think you're going to be into it because, like I said, it's history based.
Right, but once I saw the show, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna definitely try this out because I'm interested in the story. I do like the story of Call of Duties. Well, not all of them. But the last one I played was Ghosts. No, I'm sorry. Last one I played was Black Ops 4. And the game crashed on a certain point. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just leave it open-ended and think I just died for good in the game. Because I'm not sure if you played it, but it was this section in the game where you have to open this... you were in the underwater server area. And you were getting attacked by zombie robots, and you had to open this door, and if you do, it will flood the whole base. As soon as we opened the door, it was playing with 4 of my friends. As soon as we opened the door, the game crashed on all of us, and we're just all collectively, oh. After that, I was like, well, that's how my character ends. that was a noble ending. Yep. I'm not going to find out what happened next. So I haven't played Call of Duty games since, other than Warzone, which I wouldn't really count as a Call of Duty story game. That's more of a battle royale. But man, the gameplay they showed, you had this little RC where you're just driving. It exploded a plane before it was running on the runway, which is ironically the same runway that the Fast and Furious crew shot on, because it's the longest runway in the world. I don't know why that plane didn't take off. It was very brutal. The combat they were doing was very brutal, like stabbing in the neck and then cracking it, shooting someone, throw a grenade put a grenade in their shirt.
I was like, these deaths are very, very. I'm angry with you.
Right, right.
They want to make sure your casket is closed. I'm like, whoa, because. I mean, when the man got stabbed and shot, and then they shot the barrel to blow him up, I'm like, he's dying. Let him die.
Yeah,
that was overkill.
Yep,
I like it.
That's how I was like, dog, y'all going crazy. But after that, I was like, you know what? I'm interested in this game now. I really want to get this. I forget when it's coming out, but there's a beta for it this weekend, which I should download before the weekend's up.
November. It come out November.
Oh, it comes out November? Okay. I didn't know the exact date. I didn't know the
exact date. I don't know the exact date, but all the Call of Duty is in November.
Gotcha. So I do want to try this out. I do want to try this out when it comes out. After that, we got Deathloop, which we found out is a timed exclusive for PS5. Now, Deathloop is made by the same creators of Dishonored, where you're going around assassinating 8 people, but if you get killed, you go into a time loop and you have to rewind. So someone is after you, trying to kill you, while you're after 8 targets. If that person kills you, you have to start over. I'm not sure if you start over from the beginning, but you have to start over, replan everything. Now,
this was the thing that interests me because I seen a trailer of this a while ago and I reacted to it.
Right, yeah. I was very interested. I remember you reacted to it a while ago. But yeah, I was really interested. One, because I like the studio who did Dishonored. So I do want to I want to support them as much as I can. And if they keep pumping out great games. The gameplay looked very good. It gave me a Dishonored mix with BioShock feel to it. So I do want to try that. I'm interested in how they're going to work the time loop thing. Like, where would you start off if we're going to have checkpoints or anything like that? And I heard it's co-op, but I don't know if it's like, I don't know what type of co-op, because I think for co-op, you're one assassin, but if your friend is playing, they're the assassin coming after you. So yeah. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I do want more information about that. However, in this trailer, they showed you could play the game in your own way, quote unquote. So they said this guy, he went to kill a certain one of the targets he had. However, while he's killing this target, another target is like doing this one thing. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna set it up so they can be at the same place at the same time, so I can kill them both and just take them both off the list without wasting too much time. And I was like, okay, this is giving me the same Dishonored feel where it's really play at your own pace. So I'm excited for that. I do want to check it out. Next up was the Demon Souls remake. Now, I never seen the Demon Souls game at all. I never played it, but I know it's definitely one of them Dark Souls type of games. Well, I think this was the one before Dark Souls. And it's from Software, of course. The action RPG. Now, the graphics look insane, and I'm like, this is no way. This is the like running on the PS5, because this looks too good. It got to be running on the PC.
Everybody keeps saying the same thing when they see it. He's like, "This is PC footage," because I think it'll break the system if it's going down for PS5.
Man, man, dude, like I still Govinda, he said his system on certain, because he still got the first edition PS4. He said when he plays certain games, his PlayStation sound like a plane about to take off.
Oh, I've had that too.
Oh, dag. I don't know if mine's had that. I don't know if my old one had that, but not the PS Plus.
I definitely had that. I definitely had those.
So I think that's what he means, like handling everything at once. Now, again, PlayStation 5 with the SSD, it's known to take like the load times out, so everything will look as pristine as possible. And looking at this, it was one scene where it was like a complete instant transition between bonfires and the boss. So I was like, okay, this looks insane. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not into Souls games, because I feel like that game will make me run out of my patience.
Oh, it will.
That's the game that's gonna make, like, I have a lot of patience. That's gonna be the game that takes it away. So I'm not ready for that. So I'm just gonna be smart and not do it. Now, I forget the other games after it. But the ones I had, the next one I have on this list is matter of fact, no, I'll go to the last game. The last game they announced, the God of War sequel. Which,
shut the building down.
Everyone is saying it's dubbed as God of War Ragnarok. And I was sitting there. Now I did the live reaction with Flo the Rookie and Shorty B in the background. So they were watching it with me, and man, I was sitting there. I was like, "Yo, what if they show God of War?" Like I said that earlier before we started recording. I was like, "Nah, man, that would be crazy." I was like, "Yeah, all right." Once I saw the snow, I was like, "It's either Horizon or God of War. It's one of the two." And then I started hearing the music. I was like, nah, that's the OST. That's the OST. And then they started forming the logo. I'm like, yo, God of War is coming back. And Man, I'm so happy. Because again, this God of War to me is the best game ever made. It's still hands down the best game ever made. I never had a game that enticed me so much, yet overwhelmed me to the point where I was like too scared to play it. So
I heard great things about it. I have to take time. I played some of the older ones. I'm talking about the newest one that came out in 2018.
Right.
Yeah, I have to play that one.
Okay, it's a completely different game from the old ones.
Yeah,
It's a complete overhaul. Once you get to the first boss battle, you're gonna be like, okay, this is what they're offering. You're once it hits you with that first boss battle, you're gonna be like, all right, this is what we're getting into. Okay, it's a ride. It's a ride, and it shows a great story of Kratos not only becoming more human but becoming a father. Yeah, it told it in an excellent way. I get giggly over this game all the time. So I'm very happy about it. And then it's coming in 2021. Man, this is definitely fourth quarter 2021. Oh God, hey Google, stop. Oh
yeah.
my goodness, that just
Google trying to take over. Let everybody
it just so 2021 is coming out. And it's most likely quarter four 2021. So
yeah,
but man, I'm shocked that we're getting that information and we're getting that game before we get the Suicide Squad game. So yeah,
man, look, I ain't thinking nothing else of Suicide Squad right there.
Like if Sony has said anything, they just said just make it to the end of this year. We got y'all.
We got it.
Like we got it. Yeah.
Bro, look, I'm telling you right now, Nintendo and Sony is somewhere in a bar with the door locked after closing, sipping on their drink, eating on their beer nuts, watching Microsoft trying to get into the building. That's what they're doing right now. They are somewhere in a bar, and Microsoft is pulling at the door, and the door is locked. Like it's after hours. You can't come in here anymore. Yeah. And that's what's happening to it.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Before that, the PlayStation Plus collection. That's going to be the new service. Let me pull up that article real quick. Anything else you had to say before I get to that? While I pull up the article.
Microsoft lost, and I'm gonna tell you this again. Look, Microsoft lost after the Mario 35th anniversary Nintendo Direct, okay? They lost back then, and they thought that they were smart enough to release a 360 version of the Xbox Series X, and say, you know what?
It's not even 360. It's an Xbox One version of the Xbox Series S, which is like that. You're holding it back. You're holding games back.
Exactly, and to the point where I'm just like, y'all couldn't even beat Nintendo.
I don't think they weren't going to beat Nintendo. I don't think they were ever going to beat Nintendo.
No, I'm just saying, but sometimes people look down on Nintendo sometimes because of Nintendo does not have all the specs and the graphic cards, stuff like that, like PC and the console system do.
Where they lack in specs is where they shine in exclusive content.
Yeah, bruh.
Because their exclusive content, I don't think anything got less than an 8 or a 9.
Bruh, I'm telling you right now, it's sold out everywhere unless you're on the eShop for 3D All Stars.
3D All, oh my god!
If you're not getting it from the eShop, they rarely have any physicals left.
Okay, I need to get it.
That's how this thing is selling. And like I said, that news on top of PS5, I don't even know why Microsoft is still in business right now. To be honest with you,
just give up. Just make games for the PS5 at this point.
Exactly. Every year they try, and I'm like, yeah, y'all go. And then I'm like, y'all were trying to get the PC fan base, but now PC just be like, we just gonna play PC now. So I'm like, Xbox every year. Like Xbox gonna be it's gonna be they're the only ones gonna have the only sale come Black Friday. and you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you how else Nintendo was petty too. How when Xbox released their news, right? Mm-hmm. And then Nintendo said, you know what? I'm gonna let Sony do their thing. Oh, and by the way, we are having a Switch Pro come out next year.
Oh, they announced it?
They announced it.
I didn't even know that. Now
Nintendo announced it.
I know they had a small indie direct for Monster Hunters.
Nintendo announced their new system for next year.
Dang.
Shut Xbox out automatically. So I'm just like, well,
just wipe your hands and keep going.
I'm about to say, well, y'all got Halos.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Now, PlayStation Plus collection is first of all, this is a genius move on PlayStation. Because I was wondering how they're going to combat the Xbox Game Pass. Now, if you have PlayStation Plus, which I'm assuming they're just going to give you when you buy the system, so even if you don't have the money to buy a game at the moment, when you get the PS Plus collection, you get to literally download all of these games and just play them for free. Now, you'll get God of War, Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, Thief's End, Battlefield 1, Monster Hunter World, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15, The Last Guardian, Ratchet & Clank, Infamous Second Son, Days Gone, Bloodborne, Detroit Become Human, Batman Arkham Knight, Mortal Kombat X, Persona 5, Until Dawn, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which is literally a good 4 months worth of games.
If you play them, you're right.
So I was like, okay, that's smart. That is smart, and you get to directly play that. It's not a streaming service. You download it onto your system, and you just get to play. So it's pretty much if you didn't get a chance. So if you missed out on this gen of systems, and you were like, man, I really want to play these games, PlayStation got you covered. They got you covered, and I thought that was a genius move on them. And I think that's going to be a subscription they're going to keep, just adding more games to, along with the free games a month for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Oh, just to go back real quick. So, it hasn't officially been confirmed, but Nintendo did, after the Microsoft thing, they did put out a very reliable hint in quotations about to stay tuned on what's coming, because they are in the works of some kind of Switch update, and I'm not talking about more battery life.
Yeah. So I'm excited to hear about that news. I'm probably going to hear that news from you, because you're the biggest Switch player in our group.
Yeah, well, me and Quattro.
I don't know. I see you more in than Quattro.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
in all honesty. Now let's get to the prices and pre-orders. The price. Everyone was wondering. We was like waiting for it. Now, Xbox Series X, they came out as $499.99, and the Xbox Series S came out as $299.99. Now,
$390. I thought it was $299.
The Series S. The Series S is $299.99.
Gotcha.
Now, PlayStation, they set their prices. They got the disc version for $499.99, and then the digital version for $399.99. So, I think those are good prices. One, that puts Microsoft in a bad corner, because one, for Xbox, you're literally getting a downgraded system. For PlayStation, you are literally getting the same exact specs, just without a disc drive. And that's $100 more. I was like, okay, I would rather go with that. If I get to, if I get more power in it, I'd rather get that. It is going to be, they said 825 gigabytes of solid state drive, which is okay, and it's expandable, so you get to add more memory to it.
For the digital?
For both.
Wait. You mean to tell me for PS5, they didn't do 1 terabyte for each system?
No.
Oh, that's dumb. But go, okay.
It is, but I think it's because they're doing the hard drive market. Now, I heard a rumor that they're going to use hard drives as memory cards, and they're going to try to use specific hard drives. I think that's from Xbox end. They're going to try to use specific hard drives to work on their systems only. So you can't use any hard drive, which is that's a lose-lose. Now,
Yeah.
I the prices, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair price. The prices they gave. Now you say you had a pre-order story. So,
So I looked at the price. I was just like, well, you know what I'm getting.
yeah,
I got to get my disc version
right.
because I love my collectibles and I love my Ultra Blu-ray DVD Blu-ray player they're going to have on there.
Yeah.
Since the Ultra Blu-rays was going in there before the regular Blu-ray phases out, so I'm like, well, of course, I got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I don't mind digital, but I'm just like, but I don't know how the space thing works or what's going to be updated, and if it ain't carrying over, if it's going to take a lot of space, and I don't trust all that. So I was just like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? So I'm a GameStop guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the day the conference happened, I was like, okay, this is too late. I'm gonna go to GameStop tomorrow because that was gonna be on a Thursday. GameStop usually opens at 10.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop had to open at 12.
Wow.
2 hours later to get everything in order because they knew the pre-orders out there. Nerds was sitting in their car watching press conferences, waiting to go put the stuff on pre-order.
Yep.
And the GameStop I want to say they couldn't do that. So I wanted to go on Thursday. Couldn't go on Thursday.
Oh.
So I was just like, I couldn't make it. I was busy. Amazon shuts down. Walmart shuts down. Target shuts down. And I'm just like, where am I going to do this at?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, of course, of course. Every time this happens, good old Swaggle Zero texts me and says, you know, I got mine. And I'm just like, and I was just watching the meme of the Vince McMahon walking down. Somebody said, "This is how I walked out of GameStop when I was to put my PS5 on reserve." And I'm just like, "Son of a bitch." So I was like, "Of course, Swag." He always was like, "Well, with my free life, I got snagged me one." I guess you said the digital version.
No, I could only get the disc.
Oh, okay. So
I could
I was
only
like,
get the
well,
disc.
I said, fine, I'm gonna go to GameStop tomorrow, pick up my Mario, pick up my 2K Battlegrounds, and I'm gonna get this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. I'm waking up, all stuff like that. I'm like, I'm gonna go there. Here come my son. When we gonna go pick up Battlegrounds? I'm like, ain't you in school? So ain't you in digital school? No. And then he says, well, on Friday we have early days, and I'm like, he do
Since
got early
when?
days.
What?
Says digital. So
Oh.
he's like, can we go pick up the games? I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so I'm like, well, it don't open till 12. He get out 11:30. Let's do this. I get up there. I ask the guy, I'm like, hey, I want to pick up blah, 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 blah. Let me know. Can I put my PS5 on reserve? Sorry, buddy, but we sold out the PS5s yesterday after 20 minutes of being open. And I was
Damn.
just like, I said, so can't nobody, y'all not going to get an order for any more? What's going to happen? No, dude, it's done. And I was just like, well, great. So I was this desperate to calling you and be like, can you put me another one on reserve? I'm just saying, I'll cash at me. But I was just like, but of course it wasn't going to be that. But at least my son got his game and I got mine. But I was like, I was a little disappointed that I didn't get a chance to pre-order the PS5. So that was my little, roundabout way of not being able to do it. So I'm on a list of not being able to put mine on pre-order yet.
I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
know, but
I
it's all
am.
right.
Dang. With now the craziest thing, they during the press conference they said pre-orders will be available tomorrow. Now working at GameStop, I know they usually tell us the date beforehand of when these systems are dropping, and they give us a time of when to start the pre-orders. Walmart jumped the gun first.
As they always do.
When PlayStation said, "Hey, pre-orders will start tomorrow," the night of, Walmart started theirs. I think they started theirs like an hour after the press conference was over. And then Walmart's whole website crashed. A lot of people got their PlayStation. Afro sends you. He's sitting there. He's like, I ordered 16 and 8 of them got confirmed. I'm like, what are you doing?
What?
He said he went on stream. He said, I'm doing giveaways of all of them. I'm like, okay. At least you ain't just reselling them. Because I was about to say, dog, you would
resell, bro. You gotta buy them though.
Yeah. He said he bought all of them. He said he purchased all of them. 8 of them are confirmed. He's going to do tournaments for giveaways for it. He did mention the Storm. He did mention the Storm 4. So I probably got to go back in the training room.
Yo, $5, 500 times 8 is how much?
44,000.
All right, let's add extra 1,000 for tax.
Yeah,
$5,000.
Look, and my man just got a new Camaro all modded up and all that too.
Oh boy,
I don't know what. And he's saying that he's like, I'm not worried about it. I'll get it back, but I just want.
Oh, excuse me, my bad.
Right? Yeah, I'm like sponsor money. You know, I would love to have it, but yeah, that was he got that many. Now my friend Hakeem, he was like, hey yo, you know we got to get it. I was like, dog, I don't have the money right now. Then he out of nowhere, he was like, yo, Amazon got it, but you gotta hurry. And with Amazon, it's you they pay you when it ships. I mean, they charge you when the item ships.
Yeah, I know. I just pre-ordered my Joy-Cons in there.
Okay, so I was like, seriously? So I had to go in there quick. I was like, yo, you can't just tell me that without sending me the link. So I hop on there, pre-order mine. I'm about to send the link to everyone. I send the link to my friend Govinda. I was about to send it to you. Then Govinda hit me back. It don't work. It's gone. I'm like, great. I was like, well, I'm happy I got it. And then I got emails from Amazon saying, because of the demand of it, we're not going to have ours right away. You may not get it on the 12th. And I was like, as long as I don't get it like a year after, I'm okay. Because I want to play my Miles Morales on.
So
the
my question is, what happens to us folk?
Now I heard they said there. Sony stated out an apology early this morning. Let me pull that tweet up. They stated an apology early this morning. Because I had a debate with my friend about it, talking about it. Let me pull it up. It said. They said, let's be honest, pre-orders could have been a lot smoother, and we truly apologize for that. Over the next few days, we will release more PS5 console for pre-orders. Retailers will share more information and details, and PS5s will be available throughout the end of the year. So, now, one of my friends said he was upset. He was like, man, I just think it's dumb. That's just a BS apology from Sony. I'm like, well, you can't really blame Sony. You can't really blame it. It was the retailer's fault. If they didn't push it out early just to be the first ones to get their little stocks up and stuff, they would have been cool. Because usually with pre-orders, you have a set time and a set date where you have to do it. If you breach a contract, you could literally sue. Like Sony could literally sue Walmart right now. So, yeah, we'll be getting more information about it. If I get information, I will send it to you right away. Because I got their tweets on alert. It sends me a whole notification once I get the tweet. So, yeah.
Because I'm like, like I said, I used to do myself at GameStop and stuff like that. Right. So I didn't know if they're going to add to the quantity, or if they're going to, like what they plan on doing.
Now, I believe they're going to add to the quantity because they said they started doubling down on productions. They started doubling up on it. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. But yes, hopefully we all get our PS5 and stuff, and then we get to hop on there and have fun.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, I ain't never tried to get a system at launch since my PSP, but I may make some history here.
Did you get the Switch on launch?
Which one? I got the Switch Lite on launch.
Okay, the Switch Lite. Okay.
Yeah.
No. That was a gift.
Exactly.
Okay.
Greatest gift ever.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really glad that I'm really glad that they're gonna be pushing out more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much the podcast. Like, that I feel like this is a weird point to end for some reason. I feel like we should add more,
No,
but
man, we ended on a high point. PS5 got to go out there and get it. I hope to hear more news from Nintendo, Microsoft. No matter what they put out,
yeah,
it's trash to
it's
me
just
because,
going.
like I said,
Yeah,
I don't care. Even my son can't even talk about stuff. I want to say it for PS5. Like, well, there go his Microsoft career.
yeah,
There go that shelf life.
yeah.
So
And I remember it's just arguments for the PS5 is hilarious because I remember someone said they said like Q put a status up. He said, "Yo, Microsoft got nothing," and then someone commented was like, "Well, you gotta talk about the graphics card and the hardware in it," and I'm like, "That's all nice, but to play what? What are y'all what are y'all gonna play? Indie games?"
I'm about to say they have the worst exclusives
Right.
to
Yeah,
their
hey,
system.
okay. I'll give it to Halo. That was a generational game that's a game that comes once in a generation, and it just
Okay.
took the game by storm and like changed first person shooters and the way they use multiplayer. But you could take that game and perfect it in many different ways.
You're
So it's
right. The
like,
only
yeah,
thing Xbox got is Killer Instinct, and I don't need it that bad.
right. I'm not. I wanted Scalebound, but they don't got Scalebound no more. From what I heard, that's going to Nintendo.
Yeah.
So
Don't care about Gears of War.
yeah, 4 was great. 5 I didn't care about, and yeah, it's just like, whoa, you guys dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You guys dropped the ball, and Microsoft is just sitting there like, well, and they had the nerve to say, hey, we'll have enough pre-orders. Of course, because no one's going to buy the system.
Bruh, please.
No one's going to buy your system.
First of all, I could go in there right now and I can ask for Xbox Series X on pre-order. Now, I may get some looks, but they
Right.
got it. Trust me.
Right. Yeah. They said pre-orders start at September 22nd, and they were like, "Look, we'll have plenty in stock for you guys and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, don't try to respond to Sony like that. Y'all have plenty in stock because no one is going to buy the system. Let's
Exactly.
all be real with ourselves. Come on, guys."
So, so is Sony doing something on the 22nd, or is that just Microsoft?
That's just Microsoft. That's when their pre-orders start. That's when Microsoft pre-orders start.
All right.
Yeah. And the release. I'm sorry. The release date November 12th. November 12th
Yep.
for
Bro, that's around the corner.
It really is. We almost in October now.
Yes.
So
Time is flying.
yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for it.